Hello friends, how are you guys? Today we have the second ink from Lamy which was launched recently. It's called Lamy Sepia. This is a T52 ink and it comes in this 50 ml package. So this ink is very unique. This is the 2025 ink that they have recently launched, and as you can see it says Lamy ink bottle Sepia. So this is the new ink from Lamy, and every year I think they launch 2 to 4 inks. Last year inks I could not get because they were all finished, but this year I didn't think more about it, and thanks to Sandton Stationery and Print from bringing them, and to Lamy Africa also. So both of these inks are available at Sandton Stationery and Print shop in Sandton City. So they have multiple pieces of the same, so go grab one and you will like them for sure. So without wasting any further time, we have this particular ink bottle, and this is how the ink look like, and it's really nice. So as you can see, the cap of the ink is different from the red one. It's like darker thing, and then it also comes with a blotting paper, as I have showcased you in a previous video, and this you can take out as well. And if we take it out, you will see it like that, and then the ink bottle can be swirled around as well, but it's better you keep it like that because we are filling it up on our ink swab and all that stuff. So without wasting any time, let's dip our cotton bud into the ink, and this is how the ink looks like, much like blood. So we have the second end of the cotton bud, and yeah, so this one is looking like more like red and brown or like blood kind of ink. So let's see. Lamy T52 inks is really what I like, and so let's leave it like that, and then we always make some dots. So let's dip our glass dip pen now into the ink, and let's check it out. How does it look and how does it write on the paper? But before we start writing, we will definitely close the ink, because as I told you, the ink can fall. So keeping it aside, we have the Lamy T52 Sepia. This is for Sandton Stationery and Print, 50 ml bottle. So this is how the ink looks like. This is totally wet currently, so we'll wait for it to dry. Meanwhile, we can bring our writing journal. So this is our human rights journal where we review all the inks. We have plenty of red and brown inks. So let's see how does it compare against all the inks that we have. So this is the new Lamy Sepia. It feels like that I have dipped the ink in the Coca-Cola or something, is what I feel like. This is from Sandton. Sandton Stationery and Print has a lot of inks range. They have a lot of diamine inks. They have the whole range of Pilot Idishizuku inks, as well as various other inks from other brands, and they have a lot of cartridges as well from Cross, from Hugo Boss, and so many other brands which produces inks and all that stuff, from Platinum. So this is how the ink looks like on the paper. So this is a kind of a brownish, orangish kind of ink, is what I feel like. So we are going to compare it against all the inks that we have in our arsenal, so that you can make an opinion whether you want to buy it or you want to give it a miss. But I don't think that you should give any miss to all the T52 inks, because they only produces very less number of inks in a year, and it's very, and 50 ml bottle will last you a long time, so you should definitely invest your money. So this bottle is around 250 ZAR or something of that sort when you buy it from Sandton Stationery and Print. So this is how the ink looks like on the paper after it's dried. It's like a darker version of brown ink along with some kind of red into the same, but it's like more like orangish red, and that's what I feel like. So let's bring all the inks, then our eyes will be able to judge perfectly well, and you can also check it out against all the inks which looks like red or orange or something of that sort. So we have plenty of red and brown looking inks. So let's start from one by one, and then we can see whether this matches or not. So this is the Diamine Robot. This is a named ink with the sheen, so it doesn't match at all. So we'll taking it out. Then we have the Diamine's writer's blood, which is also like more like tilted towards the purple kind of ink. So this is also doesn't match at all. And then we have the Carcos Bordeaux, which I really love. This is also totally different from our Lamy T52 Sepia. Then we have the Yamabudo, just for comparison purposes doesn't match. Then we have the Ancient Copper, which matches little bit, but it has more red as compared to the brown, which Sepia has more of brown as compared to the red. So we'll keep it for further investigation. Then we have the Ancient Copper, which is not the original one. This is a batch issue one. So this one also has if I think we'll put red ink into the Ancient Copper and a little bit darker, then it will become Sepia. So we'll keep it on the side, but the name of the ink we won't know because this is a batch problem with the Diamine. And then the next one we have is a Tammy. Tammy is also a named ink with the sheen. So this is also more red, so it cannot be compared. Then we have a Diamine Becky, which is much more darker as compared to this one. And now when we are looking at the brown, darker brown ink, it's looking like red. So we'll keep it. This is the orange ink, so you can see that there is no comparison between the Carcos Orange and Sepia. Then we have the Gruntled Guava from Diamine, which is also orange ink, it doesn't compare. Then we have the Carcos Red, just for your eyes purposes, I don't think it matches. Then we have the Lamy Red also in T52, which is totally different. And then we have the Pelican 4001 red ink as well, which is also totally different. Then we have these pastel shades which doesn't match at all. I just wanted to suit your eyes. So it's Sultry Strawberry, very nice ink. Then we have the Wistful Watermelon, which is all totally different. Then also we have a Pelican 4001 pink ink, which is also totally different. Then we have the Iroshizuka Yu Yake, which is a sunset orange kind of ink, doesn't match at all. Then we have Carcos Hot Pink also, which is really nice ink. It lights up on the page very nicely, so I really love this ink. So this is also doesn't match. Then we have a Lamy T52 Topaz. This one is a crystal ink from Lamy itself, comes in 30 ml bottles. So this one is kind of matching, but I think this one has a little bit more of red as compared in the Lamy Topaz ink. So Lamy Topaz also has some kind of green sheen, so we'll keep it. Then we have the Carcos Brown, and you will see that Carcos Brown is very lighter brown as compared to the Sepia. And then in the end we have the Autumn Oak, which is more like a sunset or orangish ink, which doesn't match at all. So let's compare all the few inks that we have thought that it matches. So we'll lie them down, then you can make your own opinion about the same. So these are the 6 inks that we thought that are kind of closer to the Lamy T52 Sepia, but as I can see them all together, I don't think that this ink matches with any of them, because it's a very unique ink with a little bit of distinct properties of itself. So Ancient Copper, which was a batch problem, I don't think it will match at all, so we can take it out, because even if I tell you that you buy Ancient Copper, you're not going to get this color, because I don't know what color is it. So leaving it aside. And then we have the Diamine Becky, which is much darker brown, it's like totally brown, so this can also be taken out. And then we have we are left with Lamy T53 Topaz, Lamy T52 Sepia, Ancient Copper and brown. So within brown also, like Lamy Topaz is like much more darker brown as compared to the Carcos Brown, so this also we can take it out. So now we are left with these 3 inks. So between these 3 you will see that in case you have Lamy T53 Topaz, then if you add some kind of little bit of red into the same, you will come to Sepia, and then if you add more further red, then you will, I think, come to Ancient Copper, is what my belief is. So the properties of the ink is like tilting towards this side. So this is how this is totally brown ink, Lamy Topaz with the green sheen. So this is Topaz, and then this is the Ancient Copper. So you will see that Sepia is not Ancient Copper original, but it has its own unique distinct properties which is totally different from ancient copper. Ancient copper is more like rusty, rust kind of color, whereas this one is a little bit darker brown and not black at all. So because in the black, topaz black, brown will be little bit of blacker ink. This has little bit of black, but it's different, totally different. So this is how Lamy Sepia ink is. So do let me know what are your thoughts about the same, and then whether you are going to buy the same or not. And if you are buying it, if you are in Johannesburg, do visit Sandton Stationery and Print for the same. It offers you much more value than any other ink for sure, because of its blotting paper and as well as the bottle design and the 50 ml of ink that you get. So these are definitely nice inks. And then and this is how that Lamy T52 Sepia ink looks like on the paper, and also on the human rights journal. So if you have any question regarding any of the inks like Lamy Petrol or Lamy Sepia or any other inks that we have reviewed, do contact me on my socials, and do let me know whether it suits your fancy to buy the latest inks from Lamy. And we will try to get the older versions of Lamy inks which were launched last year, but I think it's like out of the market. I even tried it at San Francisco at the Mido shop, but it was not available there as well. So like people who already have it, I'll request them to send me some kind of 5 ml of sample so that I can review them as well. So we'll definitely try to get them from some of our friends and family if possible. I don't think anyone in my family is a fan of fountain pens, but yeah. But I'm talking about the extended family that we have who likes getting used to fountain pens and inks. So don't forget to share and subscribe to my channel. We are very near 5,000 mark, and with your help only we can cross 10,000 as well. And as I always say, your views is our only blessing, so keep blessing us with your views. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.